Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. The next episode of Red Valkyrie is about to start.
Hi everybody and welcome to another episode of Red Valkyrie. I am your host, Shae Zombie, and I am here with two of my most favorite people in all of CG. I have the amazing Vonster. How you doing, sir?
Hey, I missed you, Shae.
I missed you too, dude. I feel like we never ever talk.
Not enough. I love the bedazzled forehead. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
This is gorgeous work.
It took me about 10 seconds. Oh, I'm sorry. What was that, Martina?
Oh.
Martina said something, but she cut out.
Whoa.
Hey.
I also have the beautiful Martina Markota. How are you doing, sweetie?
Hi. Well, how are you? Thanks for having me again.
Of course. You're like my girl. Look, I got my girl and my dude. Like, this is like the friendship. All we're missing is Sai. If we had Sai, this would be perfect.
Damn right.
Oh my gosh. So I am super excited because the last time, so we are not here for another invisible Heidi of some sort. I know. It's okay.
Tear.
Vaughn, we'll get some more amazing invisible Heidi going at some point.
I can't wait.
And I can't do this justice, so I did just my own dark thing that's kind of burlesque because I'm not competing with this amazing specimen of a woman down there. So it's just dark. That's all that we're doing. No, whatever.
Negatory.
She's so cute. Okay, so we are here because we are talking all about Lady Alchemy and how Martina has probably some of the coolest people working on it. We have gotten rid of the dead weight and all of the garbage and all of the everything from before. We
haven't gotten rid of 50 pounds of fucking posters, just to be clear.
We do still have the 90 pounds of fucking merch.
As long as we're talking poundage, yeah. 90.
That's what we talk. Look, whenever we get Martina on.
That's right.
Oh, hon, your audio is cutting like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
That I heard that.
We will make this work. It'll be like charades with Martina.
My mom's house.
Oh, that's right, because you're not home. That does make it a little bit more difficult. It's okay.
I'm on a phone right now. I mean, I'm at my mom's house, so I'm sorry if this is shit. I tried my best to be here,
no worries.
And I'm not with my Mac.
Hey, babe.
It's like,
we are the best shit show on YouTube, remember? So this is perfect. This is exactly what I expect from us.
And I hope she's like this the entire rest of the stream. While I pitch the book, while I talk about how great it is, she's just no.
Oh, she's frozen. If you have to drop and come back, fine. You're fine. You're totally fine.
Yeah. Come back soon, Martina. But yeah, I'm happy to talk with you about Lady Alchemy. I mean, it's an amazing book. Amazing project.
I know that we've done this before, but we definitely have some updates and some new. Is Martina distracting you?
Yes, she's so funny.
I love her so much. Okay, so let's go into the pitch. We'll just put Martina down. There we go. Okay. There we go. Had a feeling it was going to happen. I'm going to let you go ahead and go into the pitch.
All right.
To kind of remind everyone about Lady Alchemy and how it's a lot better because it has a much better writer. I wonder who that is.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, man. Yeah. Okay. So I got to say something as a writer. When she asked me to be a part of this book, I knew she had made the right choice already, and I hadn't even started with her. I was so pumped to work on Lady Alchemy. First of all, I backed it. So like, I want my copy. Okay. We're going to get this done. All right, people. I have a personal investment in this book. But no, the thing is that when I saw the project, I wasn't like too into the old art, but the story concept was so solid and cool. I had had to get it. I had to check it out. So this was a concept that appeals to a writer like me. It's very much my style. It's dark, it's stylish, it's sexy, and it has a fantasy to it that's just fun and cool. There's demon slaying, there's bizarre magic that is based in reality. That's kind of what's so cool about this book. It's fantastic as it gets and a great comic, but it was inspired by Martina's actual life. I mean, that's to me that made it even more appealing. So man, they asked me to be on it. I was honored, and I've been having a lot of fun helping with the script, but also helping Martina out a little bit because I mean, she works on this every day. She is a super artist. Like the world needs more artists like her. Okay. And every day she's working on it to make it the most polished vision she can. So that's the way I like to create too. So it's just been fun getting to work like that. I love getting to work with other artists, especially, CG artists, and help them out. And this project's been nothing but a joy. So
yeah, I'm in love with everything that she's told us about what her vision was for this project, and seeing everything that it's supposed to be. Martina's back.
Hey.
Hey, thanks. Sorry about that, guys. I'm at my mom's house, so I'm not at my usual setup with my Mac, and that means I have no idea what to do with internet.
No, you're fine. So if you freeze like that, feel free to drop and just come back, and we'll just keep reloading you. But I gotta say, the freeze frame was epic. So when you get a chance, go back and check the stream, because you looked just like, it was so good. Yes, it was perfect.
It was wonderful. Should we tell her she's upside down, or should we just?
No, she's not upside down for me. So what I'm saying is
just for me. Okay, yeah. Good. I was wondering.
You know how this goes.
Yeah, but I was just about to pitch, Martina. We're getting into this.
Yeah. So what are you guys talking about? Where'd you leave off? What were you saying behind my back?
Well, I just finished with all the aspects you're going to get in this book: the darkness, the fashion, the beauty, the creepy, the mysterious, the stylish, and about how it's inspired by your actual life.
Right. Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of real life elements. This is my version of what's been going on in my life. And I think that's what artists do, they turn it into artwork. You could always turn to other things and other outlets and negative things, but I put it into the comic book, and I think I did a really cool job with it, and Vaughn did a good job with it as well.
Well, yeah, it was really cool. Here's the thing that's interesting about this. There's scenes that kind of make commentary on cell phones, and we hear that all the time today. If Jerry Seinfeld during stand-ups, get off your phones, But this did it in the coolest way I've ever seen it, where it shows how these things we don't even realize are kind of draining our energy and what makes us happy all the time, It did it in such a cool, stylish way. I was like, yeah, dude, I get this. I feel like I could write this. But that's just one little small aspect of the world here. That's almost just foreshadowing of what's to come. But it's really cool how she interwove her real experience as being a performance artist in New York with this superhero character that, frankly, is one of the more badass ones I've seen in a while.
Yeah, it's super fun to have that theme of sexy chick in some city. It has that cyberpunk kind of vibe. She's a dancer. I mean, it's just such a fun storyline, This backstage, there's character theatrics. I think we all love to watch things like that or look at things like that, and it's just beautiful in its own way, that whole lifestyle and atmosphere. And then it lends itself to have strange but beautiful, weird things start happening, and this alchemy, Munis Liber, things like that. So I think it's a fun story. I think it fits really well in the comic book world. I think it'll be great for Comicsgate, and anyone that doesn't know about me or my story, or that this is even real. They'll be like, this is cool. I think.
Yeah. No, it's really awesome. And I love this panel right here that's showing the backstage and just how completely insane it all is, because it's
wild.
I stared at this forever.
Yeah. Did you see me?
Yeah, I loved
Did you see me in it?
Is that you? It's the guy wearing the, it's either that or it's this jester looking dude. Those are your two options for fun.
Dude, I'm not the dude in the cod piece, okay? I'm the guy with the headset yelling for Lady Alchemy to get on stage.
I like it. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, we just said put a cameo of me in. I didn't know what he was going to do, so that's what I ended up with. It's kind of fun. This is so cool, man.
I'm gonna claim this ass that's sticking out by Lady Valkyrie, Lady Alchemy. I'm gonna say that that's me.
Yeah, you're.
You can. There's your cameo.
Look, my butt made cameo. It's totally
Don't tell mom.
Daguan made it in there as well. Dario doesn't even know about Daguan, but he made it. He's like the little black midget. So
yeah,
cameos without realizing, and this is like it's insane. So yeah, she's in there too. That's her ass.
It Perfect. Was, you know what? Martina said it. It's fact now. Canon.
This is true. Stamped.
That's my book.
That's me in the hat.
then Timothy might need to see a real life comparison. You're just gonna have to use your imagination. Imagine this, but lower. It looks like that.
Yeah.
Like these few pages that I updated with the Indiegogo, but I think I got, what is it? That's page 6, and then there's 7. I think I got 8, 9, 10. No, I didn't get 8, 9, 10 yet. But yeah, that's happening soon. And we're moving along. It's happening. We're getting there. The colorist is working. Can't wait to show you how it transforms after the colorist. But this is still part of the like storyline, those first few pages. You know, we got outside on the rooftop, then it's like going into the city. There's some like foreshadowing, and you know, there's the cell phones in the subway and the mood, and then there's the nightclub. So you're still seeing her as a normal person, the performer, but things are going to like get weirder and get crazier. So
much crazier. It's awesome, man. It starts off, it's this story about that we can all, you know, we've seen. It's the starry-eyed girl, you know, kind of innocent in the big city, trying to make it work in this world that's kind of, she's not really fitting into, but she still wants to perform. And one of the coolest aspects of this that I just loved working with was that Martina told me when she performs, she gives to her audience, whereas she notices other performers take. And it was such a class. You could do that so easily visually in a comic book where the good kind of our hero performs and gives their energy, and then the evil ones take and they drain it out of people. It's great, man. So yeah.
I mean, dance is a form. It's like a ritual, you know. It's I mean, it is when it's rehearsed. It's definitely a ritual, and it's like a trance-like state. It's a way to like communicate with like in a different level, in a different realm. So when I'm performing, I figure out, well, what do I want to do with all that energy? Like all those people harnessing their wavelength onto me. What do I do when I harness that? You know, what do I do with that's the alchemy? That's the magic. So we get to show that in a comic book. It's really fun.
That is so cool. That is so cool.
So it's so funny to hear you talk about it like that, because if anybody has ever seen the movie Suspiria, like that's the first thing that when you start talking about, oh, dance is like a ritual and it can take or it can give, and I'm like that's Suspiria. It was like instant.
Yeah.
Oh no, she's frozen again.
That is a good one. That is a good one. It's like a dramatic Renaissance painting. Okay. Yeah.
Get all of these screen grabs for her later. Another thing I wanted to say about the art. So this panel right here on the other side, this side. Damn it. It's really hard to do this when everything's flipped on me. The way that he got, because like trying to draw something that's like this, it's a see-through material. That's not the easiest thing in the world to depict really well. And the way that it's lightweight and it kind of clings and all that kind of stuff, seeing the way that he managed to make that fit and it kind of clings in all the right places over her butt, like that's amazing to me. The fact that that's something that he was able to depict so well.
He did a great job. Dario's this artist that I've known for decades almost. And well, maybe not, like over 10 years. And this guy and I always wanted to work together and we never got to. So I come to him and I'm like, hey man, I'm sure you're too busy and you can't help us out, but do you know any artists that might be able to take over for Lady Alchemy? Because we were losing Matt Weldon. His schedule was conflicting with ours. So we were looking into it. And then the next day he goes, yeah, man, I'll look around for you. Whatever. I'm busy. The next day he emails me and he's like, I got laid off. And I was like, pencils up, dude. You're working for us now. And he said, hell yeah, I am. And he's been so into it ever since. And I think it comes through in the art. He's really into it. Now, part of the reason this came out so well, it's not just his talent, though. Martina sends so many awesome references. I'm talking like tons. She's got so many good references of her real life costumes.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
That this is what this is a product of, too, is her, you know, just it's a polished vision.
Well, and it's so if any of you saw what the campaign was before, when everything was totally messed up. Hello again, Martina.
Hey.
Am I upset? Any chance?
You're good.
Okay. Well, sorry about that. Yeah, last
No,
thing you were saying, if I can cut you off, was I guess Suspiria, right? Yeah. Well, I love that reference. It's actually really flattering, and you know, I never saw it until like a few days ago, so I was kind of like, whoa, there's like, yeah, I see it, and I think it's a really cool, flattering like reference.
Yeah, well, because they really kind of show like the power that goes behind dance and how important it is. They take it to an extreme level, but how important it is to make sure that you're hitting your marks and you're hitting your beats, and if you hit them wrong, things don't go to plan, and in their case things don't go to demonic plan, but still.
Yeah, maybe I have to watch it more because I didn't really like maybe pick up on some of it, but like on that, it's interesting. I'm not even sure which version. I think Vonster versions.
Something about virgins. That's all I.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. It's a little choppy, darling.
Oh shit! Fuck. I'm sorry, guys.
No worries. Don't worry.
You just go. Like right now, my dog's losing her mind. So
don't worry about it. Whatever. Let's continue. What are you guys saying? Left.
Okay. So let's get to. It's a movie that I really enjoyed watching, and I never want to see again. Like it turned my stomach so much because it was just so creepy. Like the whole concept of it was so terrifying. So,
I like Suspiria.
Yeah, it's one of those like I'm glad I saw it. I never want to see it again.
Those are out there. Yeah.
Yes.
Way too many.
I like the concept. Can you hear me? My chopping.
Yeah, you guys keep talking. I'll be right back. I gotta grab my dog.
Okay, cool. Anyway,
be gentle.
I guess it's our channel now.
Yeah, it's Mars. Hey. So Martina, tell us.
Yes. Oh, I thought you had a for me.
No, not at all.
Well, anyway,
this is unplanned.
I don't know. I like this page that we're like set on. I want it to be, like that's what I was telling you before. I kind of want to see it like just super like colorful and crazy and iridescent, you know?
Yeah. That'd be beautiful.
Extra art, by the way. So like additional art we're getting Dario to do, like random character drawings here and there. So yeah.
Good stuff all around.
It's happening. Shae, I think your first time you interviewed me, it was so funny when I had all that drama. Actually, my drama is sometimes hilarious, but yeah. But here we are now, and we have new artists. We have like some artwork out, and it's happening now. So.
Yes, and I'm so excited, and you know I know that Sai isn't here and is super bummed, but I sent a letter off and was like, just so you know, I'm getting Martina back on to talk about Lady Alchemy, and Vaughn is now her writer, and he's coming on too. And Sai wrote back and was like, oh my gosh, why am I not there? I'm like, I know, I'm sorry. We'll have them on again, even though the book will be like done probably. It's fine. We'll just have them on again just for shits and giggles.
slowly but surely happening. But yeah, I thinking about when we first went on makes me realize like how much like it's progressing. So it's nice to see that marker.
Yeah.
Yes, you definitely have come a very long way from the first time that we had you on, and I like the team that you have now, the depictions that they have of you, so much better.
Yeah, I'm really happy with it. Yeah, and the story, I just hope that with these next pages coming in, I mean, we get to paint the picture and people really get into it of what's happening. So like I said, those first 7 pages that are on the Indiegogo now, it's still like a lot of character buildup of like setting the scene of her being like in the city. I think the city part is really important, you know, in the city, and that she's a performer. There's like all wild characters, and it's just painting the picture, but like the performances at the club kind of paint a little bit more of what's happening, and then what happens after that night that she's performing in that club kind of changes her world forever. So I think it'll start to get really exciting. I can't wait.
So we had a question earlier. Timothy was asking if it was inspired at all by the cartoon Gem.
Oh my God, I love that reference too. Yes, for sure. I definitely love Gem. Oh my God, if my sister hears me, my older sister should be like, oh my God, Gem, yes. Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah.
Do you guys remember the song that Jim's villains would sing? We are the misfits. You remember that?
Yeah, the misfits. Yeah.
Our songs are better. We're gonna get her. And you're just like, Jesus, guys. Real subtle misfits. Real subtle.
It's so good.
Oh my gosh, you guys are funny.
Like aesthetics, and that's like the same thing why you got into like Comicscape. It's just the difference of aesthetics. I love that like 80s, 90s vibe. And now it's like when they had the Gem movie, I don't know if you guys saw the movie. Oh my God, it was so bad. It was so bad. I paid money. I wanted to see how bad it was. And then I read all the reviews about it. And I was like, holy shit, I can't get enough of how bad this was. But it kind of also reminds me of this very controversial She-Ra in the way that it's like, I don't know. They just didn't do it justice. It's like the 80s Gem has like the big hair, like the best body. It's like, she's a star. She's got costumes. I love it.
Hell yeah. And that's kind of Lady Alchemy, man. Lady Alchemy is sleek, sexy black outfit, and then when she transmutes like gold armor and this like angelic presence, and she has this awesome sword. I mean, cool as hell.
The thing that's a really cool alchemy kind of what is it called? Parallel motif, whatever symbolism. Is the lead to gold. You know, she wears the black outfit, which makes sense because that's what I did a lot. It's New York City. New York City, or people are known to wear black. Like blacks are our color. And then, but that's like the lead, and then there's like the gold when she transmutes. But in between, which is actually really interesting, I would call it like Cauda Pavonis. That's what that sparkly iridescent outfit. Holy shit! It's all making sense. It's happening. Making more alchemical sense now. Yeah, Cauda Pavonis is peacock's tail, and that's like a phase where things are just really iridescent and a lot of color, and there's a whole psychological state to that as well. But I think her performing outfit is also like really fun. In fact, there's 2 performances in this book. So the first one, this one that you see in the beginning where she's like getting ready for that day, and then there's another performance which she is doing, which gets more Suspiria like, because that's where she actually is like kind of doing some evil like stage work or attempted to do some demonic spell, and it's there's 2, so
that's really exciting. And especially when you see the peaks of what it looks like before it's even the performance. You're just seeing the backstage stuff, and it's already so exciting. So I can't imagine seeing the actual performance panels is going to be amazing.
Yeah, and actually I have an idea about that. I don't know if I ran this by you, Vaughn, actually, but there's another artist that has some really
we'll just do this now.
Can you hear me? Oh.
Yeah, you're good.
We're all getting really interested in this. Okay, yeah. No, so there's another artist that was really, really good. He had a lot of that like Fathom kind of like art style or whatever. And I was like, I really want to do, like, I picked my artist, I picked Ario, and I really like the way he does it, but I want to do something with you. And I figured it out with someone. Basically, there's performances, right, in the Lady Alchemy character, but there's only so many pages that we can do a performance. And we were talking about maybe extending, like doing like these mini books where it's like 6 pages of like just a performance, you know, with the different art style, and having those kind of cool little like elements that you can kind of pick up as like little mini book. But it's more than like 2 pages, you know, or 3 pages, whatever we could fit in the book here. You can get a few pages, actually work out, you know, a cool, beautiful routine, like within a few pages is like little mini kind of thing.
You could have some really cool kind of
little bonus thing.
Splash page pinup type pieces throughout that. That'd be really neat.
Yeah, and I can like paint the picture, and it keeps Lady alive, because, you know, I get upset a lot of times. This is why I did the book, was because of, you know, what happened to me in real life and losing my career and everything. And this is like, I'm painting a picture of what I did. This was my life. I was in, you know, lived in Brooklyn. I had a rooftop. I, you know, would take the subway every night at like midnight, and I would go to this club, and that's what I sent him all these photos. That's what backstage looked like. You know, the performance that I do is an actual performance that I did. The performances other people do are actual performances like people did, you know, a parody version of it. And so it's like painting the picture of what I actually, you know, wait, what was I saying before? I got lost. What was I saying? My point of that? Because I was like, sorry.
You were talking about the performance backs, like doing a performance with guest artists and all of that.
Oh yeah.
And then the backstage stuff.
Yeah, so basically, like, these are real performances, and I want to have the opportunity to just like showcase like the actual cool performances, you know, that we did, and not just kind of rush through in like 2 pages and be like, yes, and then she performs. It's like, no, I want to like paint like they're cool performances. So Lady Alchemy died in real life, and I get to like keep her alive doing these comic books, you know, and like the little mini books. Really excited because then I get to actually do the acts, you know, that I've done. Even the ritual act, the evil one that I do in the book, I have that too, because this book relates to like the whole angels and demons, like the duality, of good and evil, like this push and pull struggle. And that deals with like, oh my God, there's so many levels. So there's the blood type thing in the book, which we haven't talked about yet, but I have a really rare blood type. And I like looked up the stories of like Nephilim and like all these things and fallen angels, which is why my performances that I did in real life as Lady Alchemy were fallen angel acts, which is what I do in here. But I also found stories of like, or reading into this like bloodline thing, is that they're like evil, like they're demons, like the Nephilim are bad, you know? And so I was kind of like, wait, am I angel or demon? Like, am I good or bad? And it's kind of like you make that choice, you know, like you have that duality. So that's why I had like
we all do
angel performances, and then I had like demonic, like ritual act, like dark performances, because those were the 2 dualities that I worked with, and they both get to be in this book. So that's exciting.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I know that's a classic thing, like, oh, my dark, my light, but the way Lady Alchemy's story explores it is so cool, man. Like, I loved writing it. I saw it right away. It was so cool. It was so relieved. I was so relieved when I saw that Martina had written a totally solid story. It was like all the heavy lifting was done in a way. And I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I was just on board, and everyone was like, she's quite controversial. And I'm like, well, that sounds cool. I like that. Like, controversial artists are like my favorites. I don't know about you guys. They always make the best history and the best art. Anyway, so like, I'm like, well, let's find out. And then I watched this video of her doing her performance of Milk, and I'm like, yeah, this is going to be really cool. We're going to make a really awesome book. This is a real deal artist. This is awesome. So like, but then she sends me over the structure, and I'm like, this is perfect. Like, this works. I can work with this. So it was so cool to get into this and create the theme throughout this book of, you know, how far would you go for fame? Would you sell your soul? Would you, to be elite and have power, would you just embrace your darkness and leave what good of you is behind or not? You know, and that's part of Lady Alchemy's struggle, while also just figuring out, you know, her power, this newfound power.
Yeah. And I mean, there is also, you know, the internal good and evil, but there's also like, she's wants to be a star. She's a performer, who doesn't want to be a successful star. So then there's like that whole almost like Hollywood aspect, but it's not. It's like New York theater kind of star of like temptation of like selling your soul for fame kind of thing. So there's there's a lot of different moments.
Yeah, and I lived in Chicago for a little over 10 years. And I was a bouncer, so I got to see the backstage performances and even hang out with a lot of those artists. And I just knew this book. It was like I knew it before I even worked on it,
Yeah. But it's fun because it's like real life at the same time. Like these things aren't like, I don't know. It's like, here's even stuff in the end when things get really weird. It's like, yeah, you can tell you took into a comic book level, but like I can sit there and tell you every little bit of like, and that's from the time that this happened to me, and that's the time where I'm actually making a dig at this. So it's really fun. There's like little juicy nuggets in there.
I know all those dirty secrets.
And what I was kind of thinking, so for people who haven't ever, like I've tried performing about that much in my lifetime, and I was a young teen, and it died very, very quickly. But for those of us who are kind of on the outside and you look in and you're like, man, that must be so glamorous. That must be so amazing. And you get to kind of see, because even though it's a little bit fantasy as far as how things are actually going in this, the theme that goes throughout it, that's something that we've all experienced some level in some place, whether you work at a call center and it's the jerk that sits in the cubicle next to you who's constantly taking stabs at you, and you have to choose, are you going to sabotage, you're going to rise above, or are you going to try and outperform? Like, how are you going to handle them? Or it's something as big as you going on stage and having people actually trying to tear down your career and your credibility. We all have experienced things like that at some level in our lives. And so I think that actually makes this, while it's very like fantasy and it has these really cool themes that people love because it's kind of dark, it's got a little bit of mysticism in there. There's a lot of like angels and demons.
Yeah.
But it's still stuff that you can relate to. We've all experienced it on some kind of a level.
Yeah, I think that's what always resonates with like a good piece too. Is like it has to be connectable, like be able to connect to it. And if I can just talk shit, I think that's what the other script didn't do, and that's what I was really worried about, which is why I had to make the choice to let them go, because I couldn't just give my backers something that I didn't even like didn't feel was like made me feel nothing.
Yeah, I definitely I've been a fan of this since I very, very, very first saw it, before we had the much better everything that we do now. I was a super fan with even when it was just like the t-shirts that we got over here and the poster prints, and like that was about all the art that we really saw. I was like, I'm still sold. Like I'm still down.
The thing is, with the original like story, I mean, it is supposed to be Lady Alchemy. I still have a ton of shirts. It's actually here at my mom's upstairs. I was gonna grab it, but I changed rooms to get closer to the internet. But yeah, I was gonna show you. And the thing is, actually, the shirts that I do have and the posters that I have, I quite like them. I have no problem with them. I think they have alchemy to them, and they kind of look very 80s, so it fits. So I think the original story that both you and Vaughn originally were like, I kind of like this, was Lady Alchemy, burlesque performer in the city, very like synthwave looking. So that's still there, and a lot of people are asking like, what's the difference, and what, like, is it still the same, or do you want to do another campaign? It's like, no, it's the same thing. But what happened before was that we pitched that aspect of Lady Alchemy being about Lady Alchemy, this burlesque performer, very synthwave, sexy, what you see in the shirts. But then it turned into like someone else's story where she became like a secondary character. So that's when I was like, not really feeling this. So we cut that relationship off, but we continued on with the original story of it being about Lady Alchemy, the burlesque performer, very synthwave, 80s, like really fun looking kind. I mean, I don't want to say 80s, very futurist, like cyberpunk kind of thing. Neon, things like that. You get it. So it still has those elements that we originally pitched. but with, I think, now a better team, and I get to like really tell my story. So
yeah, well, and the art is one hell of an upgrade for sure, because it's it has a lot more style and a lot more character, and definitely like this. I keep sitting on this panel because this is just probably one of the most breathtaking panels that I've seen in a comic in a long time.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do, was the first page have to be like, bam, like in your face. It has to look good, because no one knows what Lady Alchemy is. No one knows what the story is about. So the first page has to grab you. And I mean, I saw Ethan's, like, I don't know what book it was, but I saw online the first page to something had 1986 on it. And then it was like kind of the inside the 1986, there's someone running, there's like a scene, there's something. I'm like, man, see, that just grabs you right away. And didn't want just like a bunch of panels, page one, like, it has to grab you. And Dario really did a good job. I'm really, really happy with it. When it's colored, it's going to be like on another level.
Yeah, exactly. And I agree with what Luke's saying here. He says that page makes me want to read more, because something just looks like, okay, I don't know what's going on, but it's not normal for especially a chick this fucking gorgeous to be sitting on the edge of a ledge of a gigantic ass skyscraper, just like kicking her feet over the edge. I was like, the hell is her story? Like, that's not a normal thing.
Yeah. And the sculptures are cool, and it's just crazy. It's like, whoa, what's happening? And I think you can see that it is New York City. Originally, the Chrysler building was much bigger, which looks really cool because it has that really cool Art Deco kind. I love New York City vibe of it. But I was like, no, it has to be in Brooklyn. That's too close. It looks like she's in Manhattan. Back that thing up. But yeah.
See, that's how much she's working on this. Like, the building needs to be over there.
Yeah.
Like, this is amazing.
It was like if it were where you drew it, then she's at the bad part of town and she don't hang out there. So I'm gonna need you to move it.
And then the other day there was a color coming out of the subway, and she was like, it has to be green because that's how they work. And I was just like, okay, you got it, man. You got it. So it's cool. No, but it's actually really good that she's doing this. It's well polished, and she's bringing the reality into it. So like fellow New Yorkers won't be like, hey, what's the building? You know, whatever you guys do. Should
like,
be over there.
Sense, you know? Or it's like, I can tell where she is. Like, that's how New Yorkers are. It's like, I can tell where she is. That's why I was also really weird about the subway. I was like, I don't know. It says AC, but I was like, I don't know. I looked up the J, but the J was above ground in Brooklyn there. So, like, that doesn't make sense. You know, it has to make sense. And I was like, trying to figure it all out.
Okay,
take me
so
to your leader.
your audio just jacked up again. You might need to drop and come back. There we go. Yeah. She realized, she was like, they're laughing at me, not with me.
Oh, she's awesome. This question I could answer. Yeah.
Yes, that's why I left it up there.
We have talked about me working on future stories. Nothing signed, of course, nothing solid, but we definitely want to work on more stories in the future. Yes. I cannot wait, actually.
This is another thing that I think Luke kind of nails. The way that she's looking into the book based on where this would be in the book anyway, because it's the first page. So she's looking into the rest of the book. The way that everything kind of is going back farther and farther, it pulls you into that story, and it pulls you into what is happening.
It needed to be a strong image like this. Yeah, Luke is very astute. That's actually really well put. I like that, man. One of the things about a story like this is that Robotina.
We're gonna make
glitch
this work.
In the Matrix.
Right.
We'll get her back. Yes, but what's happening here is a sunset, and part of that, it's not to be cliche or anything. It's when the night falls, that's when she goes to work. But also, it's to show that brief moment where day and night connect, because that just goes in really well with alchemy. Alchemy is about connections. Alchemy is about seeing things that other people can't see, or as they call it, which I think is a cool term, seeing beyond the veil.
Yes.
You know? So, and also we could visually show some angels near her that kind of hit home the visuals you're going to be seeing in the book. I mean, this is a great intro, man. I'm really happy with how it came out.
It's also really interesting the fact that she's wearing solid black, but she's sitting between two angels. That kind of shows that dichotomy immediately, and shows the whole like, hey, she's going between good and evil, and because she's looking angelic, but she's also clad in black, and so it gives you that kind of, all right, so where exactly is she sitting? And there's a lot to this. Every time I see a page, I stare at it, and I always find more that I didn't expect to see before. And I don't envy your colorist at all, because I feel like this is a lot. It's awesome, but holy shit.
Yeah, and one of the and then there's reality in it too that I appreciated. I always like to stand on the top of my building, watch the sunset. Martina said she did that in New York, so I'm like, well, what a perfect way to open the book, you know.
Man, I don't live in these worlds where you sit out on a random gigantic skyscraper and watch the sunset. I don't know what that is. I'm from Utah, all right? I watch it set over the mountains from the valley.
When you're tipping cows, you ever stop and watch the sunset?
Wow. It's not podunk. Dang it.
I know. I'm the one that lives in Oklahoma, you know.
Who's tipping cows, Vaughn?
I mean, if they give good service, I'll tip them. I don't know how that works.
Oh gosh, that was terrible.
That's your dad joke for the night.
That was bad. Michael only perches on gargoyles in the rain. So solid.
Ooh,
Michael's great.
All right, so we've talked a bit about the story. We've gushed a lot. Let's go over the tiers, and so people know how they can back you. So before we do, you have 1,200 backers, which is freaking amazing, super awesome.
That's more.
And we definitely want to help you move some of this 90 pounds of damn merch.
By the way. Can you hear me, by the way?
Yes, you're just a little bit choppy, but we can hear you.
I hate technology. So
I know. You're doing it's doing okay right now. Don't drop yet.
Yeah, a lot of backers. We have shirts and posters still. I want to grab a shirt, actually.
Yes. Please. I'm still waiting for mine. I'm very excited about this.
Ooh.
I got an email too. Well, everyone should have if they were.
Martina can.
I think since like December. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I backed after all of the stuff.
Yeah. So I haven't. Plus, since coronavirus, I haven't really even been at my mom in the city where I have stuff, and in my mom's house where they are. Let me bring them back downstairs. Martina Cam, that's right.
I love Martina Cam. This is great. I'm 1,000% grabbing that screen grab if you sticking your tongue out, Martina. It's happening.
Oh no.
Discord, and that's gonna be a new emotion.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, so we have oh my god, oh god.
Oh my gosh, really? I can't. If you're gonna start being self-conscious about your looks, woman, do you know what I had to do to look like this? I will drive up to New York and kick your skinny butt.
Oh my god.
Hey, I've got birds. Yeah, so okay, open some. I don't know why, because I think there's some weren't in packages, but yeah, if you got a shirt in like before December, basically I fulfilled everything except the screen posters. Cool. But there are people that ordered fairly recently, past few months, and gotten their orders out. But I am from New York too, so I was just kind of trying not to like send packages around from New York, like coronavirus. But you know, if you want them, I guess I'll try to work on sending some out. But yeah, we got like this one, which I think this was like one of the first images, which I liked. Actually, let's see. It has a lot of Alchemy to it. It's cool. and this one's a big seller actually, but I personally like this one. Unfortunately, I picked a large, but I'm gonna put this one on. Actually, I want to maybe like what I tend to do with shirts, t-shirts actually is chop them up 80s style. You know, I do little like crop. So if like if you get a smaller one, it's actually a little shorter, and if you just like cut it, you know, maybe like make it like
Yeah, that's how I did mine. Yeah.
Maybe like cut the neck off, you know.
One shoulder maybe.
You know, like look at all these like little colorful designs. It's fun.
I love Martina. I love you so much. I just need to tell you that.
Sorry.
I like this. Really people are wanting the shirt that you currently have on. they would like the shirt you are currently wearing.
Oh, like actual one. Oh yeah.
Yeah. As in the pre-owned one.
It's a large, like, you know, but I would chop it up, probably. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, look at this. You're selling your shirts. Everybody wants them simply because you're wearing it. That's all you need.
It's time.
Yeah, I think I like it.
I do too. You know what? I only got one initially, but I'm probably gonna get the one that I didn't get. I don't remember which one I got though. I'm gonna have to go back and check. But yeah, I'm with you. I wanna kind of thrash it up and make it little 80s distressed for sure.
Yeah, fuck the shirt up, you know, like make it cool. Like what?
Yes,
I think it like fuck it up.
See, look at
that's right.
Hot women can sell anything. Luke says everyone needs to go get a drink. Tim says we're all degenerates. I love you guys. Oh, and I mean, I'm always down for patches, so I'm gonna agree with Tim simply because
people love patches.
Dude, I need Martina to have her space on my jacket because I'm already getting Vaughn. I already got Monster MD love. I'm so excited for it. We got to get Martina love now.
Yeah.
Vaughn has patches, huh? Dr. MD has patches. Dr. Monster MD. Okay.
I'm so excited.
Interesting.
Okay. So if you want super awesome t-shirts, it's $25 each. If you want one that Martina's wearing, they're going to be $50. Look at that. I'm upselling for you, Martina. You pay her double, get one shirt. She'll put it on before she sends it to you.
See, you know, I thought opening out of the package, I was like devaluing it because I was like, well, I can't sell this one now. You know, well, actually, I packaged it, so I could just repackage it, but I put it on now. So now, unless someone pays me for it.
All right, I was
all right,
say,
everybody.
It's. Are we going to do an auction right now? We're going to auction off the shirt Martina's wearing.
Is it? Hey, it's bid time. It's bid time. It's bid time.
Okay.
But yeah, everything's in stock, so that would be really great if you guys want to just get them because I have a bunch of them. I also have a bunch of those posters. No more silkscreen posters, but yeah, that should be the next thing.
Yep. And then we've got the graphic novel, which is also 25, 40 pages full color.
Yeah, so I had to like put up new graphics when, you know, this was like Weldon's cover, but now we got Dario. So I'm going to have to update those too. And it always starts over with the backers on that. So those are not accurate numbers, but and that's not the cover that's going to happen. I'm going to change it again to whatever Dario does. We haven't sorted the cover out yet.
So I actually, because this has come up on a couple different streams that I've had, and I want to pose this to the chat. How many of you actually, when it isn't a limited item tier, how many of you actually even pay attention to how many people backed at what level? Because I don't ever look at this number. I look at the overall number. If I look at any. And to be perfectly honest, I don't care if 5,000 people have backed the book or if 5 have backed it.
Right.
If I'm backing it, it's because I like the look of the style. I like where the story says it's going. And I think that the creator is going to do something great with it. I don't care how many other people have jumped on this train. Although I will say, in cases like both of y'all's books, if I saw low numbers, I'd be like, I don't know what the hell your guys' problem is. These are amazing. You need to go back them now. And I'll push it, but I push it no matter how many people you have because I like your book.
Right on. Yeah. Thank you for that, by the way. I appreciate that. Okay.
So you can get 2 books for $45, so you get a little bit of a discount. If you're wanting 2 books, you get to save on shipping. You get $5 off of the cost of the books. So that's a pretty decent discount. You can do graphic novel and poster, which is a legitimately awesome tier to get.
Cool.
3 books, you get to save even more money. You get to save $10 on that. That's pretty good. So those are the tiers. Definitely recommend that you guys go and get yourself some of these, and definitely get some of these t-shirts and some of these posters. Poor girl is swimming in them. Like
let's come on. She's drowning in them. Let's be honest. No, it's time to get these out. They're awesome.
She treads a little water with them, but there's just so many.
So much.
There's just so many.
But we love you, Martina, and it's okay. You drop as many times as you need to. Tim, no, you do not get the person in the shirt. If you bid for the shirt, you get the shirt. That's I am not going to promote selling Martina. That is unacceptable.
This is not a human trafficking channel. Thank you.
Thank you. Chris Owens Ori says tree 50.
All right. Tree 50 confirmed.
Luke wants to know where your auctioneering skills are, Vaughn. Ideas says that people are going to start looking for strands of Martina's hair to clone her. Oh goodness! All right, we're gonna go away from all of that. You guys are funny. Okay, so I'm gonna let the chat know. This is the point. Normally this point comes much sooner, but because I got 2 of my favorite people on here, we just been bullshitting about how amazing everything is. And we almost hit an hour mark without even asking for questions. So start thinking of your questions and post those. And yeah, let's talk some more. So one of the things that I love is this particular pinup right here. And I'm actually working on something for Martina to try and get it'll probably be a limited run, but to do something that kind of does this effect that they have going with her hair right there, where it's a little bit holographic, and big stretch. Holy crap. Sorry, I just stretched halfway across my office. To kind of illustrate what my thought is.
Bye, Martina.
So this is something that I was working on for Raven, and I keep showing this and I haven't finished anything. But spot holographic.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Isn't that neat?
That's rad. Yeah, that looks cool.
So I'm thinking of trying to find a way to do something like that, specifically for that Lady Alchemy pinup, where we make her hair have that kind of holographic sheen and really just kind of make it pop. And I don't know how many we would do because Martina and I haven't talked about that, but that was something that we were looking at. And did you see that at all, Martina? Did you see the poster?
No, I'm sorry.
No. I know, because you're having a hard time with connection. So this is a poster that I'm working on for Raven.
That's cool.
That has that spot holographic. That's what I'm thinking of for your pinup. Working on for this, so we can
the more the merrier.
Try and get some bright colors and stuff in there, and then do some of that holographic, just and so it really kind of shines and shows that whole rainbow everything. I think it'd be pretty awesome. Yeah. And yes, Tim, I know you're joking, but yeah. So if you guys have any questions. So Splendopia wants to know, Are you still going to be doing performances in New York after everything is passed? We might have to wait until she's a little bit more stable. I will make sure.
That one's a thinker. That's a thinker. Okay.
She's got to mull it over, fully digest it. Ideas does have a question. Do you, Vaughn, happen to know if there is an updated time frame you guys are searching or looking for your shipping?
For shipping, no, but for finishing, Dario has been getting like maybe, what is it, 3 to 4? Is it 2 to 3, or it's either 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 pages a week? So I mean, this is getting done just a few months from now. We are going to be closing in on those 40 pages. The colorist has already started. Farah, she's doing amazing work. And
see, Farah is everywhere. She was mentioned on my last trip too. This girl is getting on this damn channel because she needs more exposure. She's like everywhere. She does. And the only people who know about her are the people who have hired her.
It's true. It's time for her to come out in the world. Let us know what's up.
Burn her out, damn it.
Yeah, she's gonna get a cameo in the book too. So
I 1,000% believe it. And yes, I did. She is the Eric Weathers of coloring, except people don't know who Farah is without everybody else. So she's working on so many projects at the same time.
Yeah.
People are starting to get to know the name because I keep hearing it. This is this is the 4th stream I've had where somebody's been like, yeah, and Farah's coloring it. And I was like, I need to meet this girl. This needs to happen.
Yeah, man. She's great. She's great.
Oh, so good. So Martina, we had a question for you, and I'm going to try and ask while you hopefully have a slightly better connection.
Sure.
After all of this kind of clears up and all of this social distancing and stuff goes away, are you going to start performing again in New York?
Yeah, that's the goal. It just depends on, getting gigs. I'm blacklisted, so I'll try.
I mean, you ever want to come to Maryland, I can almost guarantee I could probably find places that would hire you. I'd be like, hi, I know a hot chick that does burlesque. Be like, do you want to pay her?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a matter of figuring out a business plan, getting connections, working with like other agencies, maybe if they don't know who I am, or like finding like event planners or things like that.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of really trying and using your brain and being smart, figuring it out. I know other photographers and people that are like totally cool with me and hate SJWs and stuff. So that's cool, but that's more like collaborating. Get the story.
Awesome. And then Vaughn and I were talking about while you were gone, updated shipping timeframe. So, for those of you who maybe are new to the campaign and are wondering why it closed back in November of 2018, there was a lot that has happened with this campaign. It has been on one hell of a journey, and a lot of unnecessary drama that has happened has since been corrected. So Martina has talked extensively about it on her Twitter feed. She's also talked extensively about it on previous showings of Red Valkyrie. But they are working on it. And Vaughn said that you don't have a timeline yet, and she's frozen again, so she can't hear any of this. But yeah, so I guess probably just stand by, and once you guys are able to give a little bit better of an idea as to when you'll be able to ship, just you guys will push it out, and I'm sure that we will have you on again to talk about it again, because I love the project.
It's us.
Love the project, and I love the creators.
You're too kind. You're always so awesome. Yeah, we'll keep you updated. We'll keep you updated for sure. I'm going to be promoting the hell out of it.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And seriously, I would love to be able to, like, I've already told Martina at some point I'm driving up to New York and we're going to hang out and catch lunch or something, but it would be awesome to come up with some kind of a mass marketing type thing and just like storm all around the East Coast to try and get it pushed out however we can. I'm gonna talk with Martina. We're gonna plan something. Something's happening. I don't know what yet.
A release party, please. Some sort of cool release party.
Yes, Martina.
You got your physical copies there. Martina gets to perform. You know, be awesome.
Done.
Champagne
And
for
I can
everyone.
live stream it.
Yeah. Yes.
Live stream on Red Valkyrie. Done.
There it is.
Now we just got to get Martina on board. It's gonna happen. Just give Vaughn and me a while to convince her that she really wants that to be the thing.
Yes.
Okay, so we do have another question from Ideas. He wants to know, is Dario going to be the artist going forward?
We don't know. We haven't talked about a book 2 with him. He's been so awesome to work with that we hope he would keep going. So yeah, we'll just have to keep you updated.
See, and that's the thing, is I think that this creative team is doing really well meshing to and kind of taking these ideas and bringing them together. It would be a real bummer if something happened and y'all had to split due to timing, due to whatever. But it seems like everyone who's involved in the project right now is insanely passionate. I'm hoping that what's going to end up happening is that you guys just keep pushing with it.
Yeah, we are. We are definitely, that is what we are focused on every day. Martina's working on it. I help where I can. And Dario is kicking ass. Farah is already blowing me away with the colors. I can't wait to show you guys those. But I really believe in this project. I didn't expect to. I just wanted to help Martina out. It was a job. I'm getting paid, but also I'm helping out a Comicscape book kind of rise from the ashes. And I'm pretty stoked to do that, actually. I want to. So yeah, there were a lot of good parts to this, and I get to work with Martina, who I think is a tremendous artist. So it's all good for me, man. So yeah, we're gonna push and make sure this gets out. And that type of drama was such, it's unfortunately it's a big cliche in the art world. People cannot wait to take advantage of you and take your money and run, and then say that you're the bad guy on stupid social media or whatever. It just happens all too often. I've had my work taken and butchered and manipulated before, and then have them try to act like I did something wrong. People try to cover their tracks all the time. So yeah, when that happened, it was, disgrace. There's no way in which they're in the right for what they did to her. They took her for a ride. They took her money. They turned in zero product. And in what reality are you the good guy? You know what I'm saying? So since then, it's like now she has me, and I want to make good books. Dario's is a pro. Farah's badass and doing everyone's books like Eric Weathers now. It's amazing. So yeah, man, she just needed to hang out with real comic book people. I think these guys were more like the screenwriter types. I think they were more like the Hollywood types, and it shows in their script that I saw. Yeah, so they didn't know what they were doing.
And that's the difference between having people that are kind of used to a cancerous environment and used to what you have to do to survive in that, versus people that genuinely just want to bring you good story, good books, good entertainment, which is what I think we've got now. And so as much as I know that there's a lot of people that are very eager to get their books, and some people that are a little frustrated that they haven't got that, know that Martina is very focused on whole reason that Cy and I initially ever reached out to Martina is because when we very first reached out to her, I was like, this book looks amazing. Why the did it close a year ago? Now all right, am I back? Frozen? Are we good?
Yeah.
No, it was me. But yeah, so I remember before we ever brought Martina on, close a year ago, there's no anything, kind of let us know about everything that was going on, and started to talk about how she was going into the red, she was dipping into her own saving, because she promised a product and she would deliver it, even if it was
she off next
Right.
however many years to do so. And the second she said that, like somebody's willing and goes awry, because if we're going to be perfectly honest, Martina not getting updates regularly, like that's partially on her to make sure that she was staying on her creative team, putting faith in people who aren't delivering. That's, but the fact she didn't run from it, and she said, yeah, I shouldn't have trusted them. I should have made sure that they did more, that I got to see more. I just kept giving them money. That I'm realizing how much of a cuck up this all ended up being, because I didn't do this part of due diligence, because I didn't know. I'm new to this. So she went, you know what, that's a rough learning curve, but it's a learning curve, and I'm not going to let it affect the people who believe in me. That is exactly what CG is supposed to be.
Exactly. You just nailed it right there. She could have easily taken the easy way out and been like, I was screwed. See you guys. She has not done that at all. Not for a minute. And she's totally setting the record straight on the haters. And she's, and every day she shows me cool new things. She's designing for the book to show Daria, things that, direct the vision that she has. She's got a lot of vision. She's a great artist, and she's not giving up on the customers at all. No way. And now that I'm here, exactly. I make sure you get it done. I'm going to make sure it gets done. I'm kind of invested now.
Well, so that's the thing, is the reason that Martina has the support that she has in CG is because she has the passion that CG was supposed to be. She's got people now who are surrounded by her saying, this is what Comicsgate is supposed to be, and you're doing everything that you can to make it right, so we're going to do everything we can to make you successful. Sorry, we're talking about how you took ownership over this when it all went to shit initially, and why.
Sorry about that, guys. It's my third device, and I appreciate you guys talking and helping and supporting while I am not on screen. But yeah, I had to take charge of what was happening in this project. There was a lot of backers. This was my name on the line. It was Comicsgate. It was Ethan's name on the line. He's endorsed, and that's why when it was headed the direction that it was with the story and the art before, like there was just something in my stomach where I was like, this isn't going to be okay. And so trust me, I did the backers and everyone in Comicsgate a favor. I mean, one of the things we went over in your first video was even the Major Grouper character name. Like that's a copywritten Marvel character already. And I caught that, luckily. So those are the types of really embarrassing mistakes that could have really been bad, not only for me, but for like everyone that endorsed me. But yeah, so those decisions, and then having to like find Vaughn, Adam Post connected me to him. So I thought that I could just like I hate writing. I thought that I could just do a script myself. I was like, oh, I need to be tight on budget. I'll just do it myself. And Adam's like, no, you need a writer. And I was like, yeah, I don't know what to put on the paper. Like I know the story, but I don't know what to put on the paper. So I definitely needed that. And then he helped me actually get Dario.
Yeah, I scraped the internet for artists, man. I was everywhere. I was at every dirty dive bar. Like, hey, you do comic art, kid? You want to jab? Like, I was like scouring, man. I was on a mission. And the more I got told no, the more frustrated I got. And I'm like, I'm gonna find one. Damn it! I'm reaching back. So I go back to Dario, who I haven't talked to in like 10 years. And so glad he joined up.
Yeah, I didn't realize how hard it was to find someone that can just do a sexy chick. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's comics. What happened?
Well, everyone's been browbeaten about how we're not allowed to make women beautiful. And that is, it's a travesty. I mean, it's the same thing that I know Martina goes through every time she, goes to perform. People are like, oh, patriarchy and brainwashed. And
misogynies and like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, it's funny because like one of the insults that people had when they're talking shit about me, spreading around them like an evil Nazi or something, Trump supporting Nazi, was that it's like, oh, okay, so like you're beautiful. That's like basic, okay, you know? So,
Sorry.
Like, it's really funny that there's insults where like,
It was like, you're really basic because you're pretty. It's like, okay.
You're not as complex as I am. I'm so much more complex than you. Nobody wants to deal with your complexity. Trust me.
Right. It was like, so here's the problem though, Martina, is because you're pretty, but you think for yourself and you have a personality, and that's too much. There's too much. Like you can be pretty and stupid, and then that's fine because whatever you'll regurgitate whatever someone else tells you to say. But you're not.
It was just like the appreciation of beauty too. There's like an element like of it where, yeah, speaking of today's post that I had on Twitter, it's like the Greeks, you know, were looking for, well, in the classical period, they were looking for the perfect proportions. They were looking for perfection. They were mathematical about it. They like had an appreciation for it. And then even in the Hellenistic time where it was like more realistic, it was still idealized in a way, you know, it was still about beauty and like having respect for that. And that's something that they don't like appreciate. They're just like, oh, what beautiful. That's it. You know, like, okay, fine.
Well, and the thing that I've never understood about that is because when it comes to beauty, to somebody being pretty, there's so many different categories because you look at them like gorgeous, obviously, like gonna find that person beautiful.
By the way,
fall into that category.
About beauty and how beautiful I am, and I have like my mom and my sister like in the kitchen right behind, like watching. Like, this is embarrassing.
Hi, Mom. Hey, sis.
Don't turn the camera. This is the only place I was like, Mom, do you have a computer? I was like, I need to get on this stream. I was so angry. So now I'm in the kitchen. And my husband's just staring at me streaming, talking about how beautiful I am.
But that's the thing though, is like when you have these people that are focusing on beauty and how I'm gonna hate on you for being like a pretty girl or whatever. What ends up happening is it's like, you know, the reason that people don't say that about you isn't actually because of your looks so much as it's because of your fucking attitude. When you open your mouth, like I've seen women that are drop dead gorgeous. They open their mouth and I was like, that is the ugliest person I've ever seen.
Stop.
Yeah.
It's because we're like talking nerd. Like we're all like nerd talking. So it's like, oh,
yeah.
I connect with you. Hello, nerd. What? Oh my God. Yeah.
Hot nerds. Hot nerds unite.
Nerd.
Hey, look, we exist.
So wait,
pretty nerds are a thing.
I think you guys had some questions that I missed. What was happening when I was struggling with the internet? Should have done the computer the whole time. Did I miss a question?
No, we caught you up on the questions, okay. But we do have one that just came through. Oh, this one right here. What do you plan on doing different on your next campaign?
I mean, I've definitely learned a lot. I've definitely learned a lot about this whole process, and I think that I'm just going to continue on. I mean, I think with the same team, possibly moving forward on the next book, if that's what the question's about. Is this about like another book, right? Am I putting that into context?
So
just like right now,
everyone's just assuming you're doing another book.
Okay, yeah, I was like, yeah.
The fans have
spoken. First. Yeah, I'm completing this book first, and I want to make sure everyone's happy. I want to make sure that the backers are like, okay, and that Ethan's like, okay, she completed, and everyone's happy with me. And then I'm going to do another book, and basically just go right into hopefully the same team that I'm working with now, and it's just trustworthy, and we know exactly how to work with each other. And it can be smooth sailing, and I think we can get it done super fast. It won't take this long next time with all these troubles. I've learned my lesson.
I hope we get through the tears and so you won't still be
Are you kidding me?
Once again, Shae, one more time for me.
Okay, this is Shae. I thought it was me. I was like, are you kidding me?
No, she's frozen now. It's our stream again.
Okay. Whew. As long as it's not me. I was like about to be like,
Martina smash.
Internet. I hate internet. I hate technology so much. Except I love my Mac. My computer's good. It's a good computer. But anyway, what?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. She roboed out. Shaebot. Shae's back.
She's back.
So now that Martina is stable, my internet is like, oh, we're done.
I was like, my niece is trying to get involved in the conversation now.
How old is your niece?
8.
Nice.
She asks me about the comic book all the time. It's hilarious.
Oh, that's good though.
This is a comic book. I mean, she doesn't know about all of it because it's an adult book.
Yes, that's probably for the best.
But for the most part, she knows who Lady Alchemy is, and she knows that I'm doing a comic book. This picture, she was just like, boobs. Dude, that's not appropriate, Tina.
Oh my gosh. So, honestly, is there anything else that you guys want to cover about this campaign and what you're currently working on?
You can go first.
We are finding the aesthetic with Farah, man, and it's turning into this cool neo-noir, sexy, dark, but like beautifully colored kind of neon world that she lives in, because, you know, her struggle between, you know, am I going to listen to my angels or my demons, or what will I become, is kind of better visually shown with the city, like a New York City that's kind of beautiful but dark and alluring and mysterious too.
Right.
You know? So
yeah.
It's like a character.
Sorry to cut you off on. That's what I always wanted to do first. It's like, okay, you start saying them, I'm like, oh yeah, let me talk about that. Yeah, the city part is something that I always wanted to do, the duality between the city and like upstate, because like up in the country, it's just totally different. People don't know the secret part of like outside of New York City. It is so lush. It's green. There's the Hudson River. There's mountains. It's just absolutely stunning. So that's a really big part of my life because that's where I'm from. So having that duality of like New York City, it's dark, it's cyberpunk, there's advertisements everywhere, it's fast, it's busy, there's a ton of people that don't even pay attention to you. And then you go into the country and it's like not just country, but like there's the Hudson River School of Art was from here, you know, like they make paintings to show in England and to Europe, like look at how beautiful America is, look at the presence of God here. It's like stunning, beautiful mountain scenery. So that is a really cool duality to have too in the comic book, you know, with that escaping the city and finding like that natural vibration, coming into God and yourself and your alchemical spells and spirits, and come back down to the city with a whole new fresh power.
Oh, yeah. I like it.
It's our Rocky training scene, except you know, alchemy.
And way hotter.
Yeah.
Way hotter.
Way hotter. It's not hard. Rocky's not exactly a looker, but you know, we're just it's fine. So I've been a huge fan of this book the whole time that I've seen it. And I'm a massive fan of Martina. I'm a mega fan of Vaughn. So now I got like all my favorite people all working on the same like super badass book, which is exciting as hell. And the fact that one of the things that I was trying to kind of get across before is the thing that got Cy and me to be like, we're 100% Team Martina was when we first talked to you and like, what's up with your book taking so long? And you went, yeah, I trusted people I shouldn't have trusted. And if I have to go in the red, then that's what I'm doing because my book's coming out to people that have already said that they wanted it and that have backed it. I'm not going to refund. I'm going to push forward. And we went, done, Team Martina. Like I'm there now.
Thank you. That means a lot. Really good. Yeah, most people have been really supportive. I just think it's like a few trolls that, you know, my old team sends out at me. It affects me. I'm sensitive and emotional. So I get like it only fires me up more to be like, all the people that are supporting me and giving me love and saying, it's okay, take as long as you want. I just want to support you. It's like, it makes me stronger for them, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Damn right.
Well, I gotta say, if you haven't backed this book, you're super missing out. The team that you have now is incredibly dedicated. This book is coming out come hell or high water. Vaughn is not going to let his reputation go down. Martina is not going to let her reputation go down.
Not lower than it has already.
Look, a lot of the stuff that you're going through isn't so much CG. Like, you have a little bit of the CG backlash, but for the most part, people have understood your situation and have been supportive. A lot of your issue that you've had going on has been more on your professional burlesque side, which is a crying shame. But CG is going to welcome you with open arms. And when we do CG Con, I say that we have a performance of
oh my God, that would be crazy.
Dude,
we're on the East Coast, right? Because Ethan's in Jersey or something.
Yes, it's happening in Florida next summer.
In Florida? Oh, damn it. I'm there. You're there? Oh, my sister's there. She's a big comic book fan too.
Hey, Martina.
Yeah.
We'll carpool down. It'll be fine.
All right, let's do it.
Done.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely. So, for everybody who is asking about when the comic is going to come out, should hopefully be able to ship this year, correct?
Yeah. So I got an email from Dario that was like, hey, so I think, and I mean, I would be a little flexible with this. He says by the end of, what did he say? End of July, I think he said. He was going to be finished inking everything. And so at that same time, we're going to be sending things off to Farah and like then the letterer and everything. So maybe shortly after that, you know. But I would give Dario a little bit of leeway with that too. So maybe August, probably.
Yeah. So just keep being patient. Know that this team is going to keep you abreast of everything that's happening. Know that Red Valkyrie is more than happy to bring the team back on, and to, you know, when we get close to shipment, close to fulfillment, 1000% we're here to, you know, let's go and make sure everybody knows, like, it's coming. Don't worry. But it hasn't been abandoned. It's being handled with love and care, and I personally feel like you can trust. Exactly, it's a baby. It's a baby.
It's a baby.
Yeah. No, we have communication pretty like every day. I think it's like Vaughn, Dario, and I are communicating every day, and it's always exciting. Now, you know how, I don't know if it's you guys get like this, but checking your email, kind of like checking your mail. You want it to be exciting, but you always get junk mail, or you always get like some bad news or something. Yes. So it becomes like kind of like anxiety to check your mail. But now I'm like excited to check my mail because almost every day there's a sketch, there's something, there's communication that makes me like, it's happening.
So I'm going to say to everybody who's watching, make sure that you please go and check out the campaign. Make sure that you get yourself some really awesome t-shirts, get yourself some really cool posters, get the book. Obviously, why would you not get the book? Like, that's the main thing. And you know, I want to thank everyone in the chat. We've had so many people in the chat, really active. It's been really great. I've seen a lot of new people. I got a couple of people that subbed. Thank you guys so much. If you have not subbed to Red Valkyrie, please get on that, because the only way that I'm going to be able to keep doing stuff like this and bringing on amazing creators like this is if I can get enough subs so I can keep this going. But thank you so much to both Martina and to Vaughn. I love you guys to death. You are like two of my most favorite people, and I'm so happy that we got you on.
So nice.
Oh, Shae, thank you so much. I love hanging with you. We need to talk more.
Same. You know what? And I'm actually looking at so aside from the writing pros, which we just recently started. So if you are learning how to write, you're wanting to know more about writing, you're wanting to understand concepts and kind of hear from some of the main writers within CG, check us out every Sunday. We start at about 10 p.m. We go until I get tired, usually.
Tomorrow?
Yes, it'll be tomorrow.
Oh, cool. All right.
And so
I got it.
Because I'll share it and spread that around. That sounds
yes,
yeah.
Please do. And our topic is going to be fear this time. So we've covered introductions, we've covered plot holes, we've covered something else that I totally forgot right now, and we're covering fear. So themes. That was the last week's. We covered themes, and now we're going to cover fears. So
I love that. I love this stuff. I love it way too much. I want to be on all of them, man. I was going to be a writing professor. I was going to teach screenwriting and story before I did the CG thing. So this is my moment.
Absolutely.
My, Dead Poets Society. You know?
Well, thank you guys so much for being here. If you don't already follow these two amazing people, you can do so. Get their Twitter @ in the channel description or in the video description, as well as the link to Lady Alchemy, because that needs to absolutely keep getting all the love and support that it can. And I just want to thank everyone for coming out. You guys have been phenomenal, and we will catch you guys next time. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, sis.